Okay, we're going to talk about something tonight that is too close to home. I don't get political on this page. I always said I wouldn't get political. Uh, but the whole border security thing is out of control. And the one thing about it is in Kaysville, Utah, on the 18th of September, 7:30 in the morning, an individual, let's see, by the name of Christopher Alejandro Villarreal Valero, he's 26-year-old male, who was wanted by ICE. He had already been fingerprinted. He already had criminal history on him. He made it all the way to Kaysville, Utah, where he went to a residence, attempted to open it, go through any of the doors that would open. He couldn't get in the building. There were children inside this residence. They were getting ready for school that morning. The mother was upstairs in the bed with a sleeping child. The two children downstairs had seen this individual trying to get in the house. They called their father, who wasn't home at the time, and was telling him what was going on. They ran upstairs, told their mother. She immediately locked the kids in the most secure room she could in the house, grabbed her firearm, had law enforcement on the phone, and went downstairs. We're going to talk about that here in a second. When the police arrived, they found Mr. Villarreal Valero in the exterior garage, the detached garage. He had a baseball bat and eventually found a shank on him. He didn't speak English, so they got a Spanish speaking officer from another agency to speak with him. He claims when he saw the police, he grabbed the bat out of the backyard for self protection. Um, well, let's protect ourselves from trying to break into somebody's house. He also made a few comments about this house was empty. He assumed the house was empty. He was trying to get in to get some water. There's outdoor spigots all over the place, and you can't tell me a home that has children in it looks like an abandoned residence. This kid's a liar. He's a criminal. He was wanted by ICE, but he was a getaway. But it doesn't happen in this country. Remember, that's what we keep getting told. He is in Kaysville, Utah, and he tried to break into this house. For what purpose? What was his plan? What was his end game? The mother did a great thing by locking the door, but when she grabbed the firearm and left the children, that's where the problem is. We have to look at this situation as there's two types of home residential security and residential protection. One is static. What static means is if I have a secure room that I can get into, there's nobody else in my residence moving around at all, nobody else in the house, no other children, nobody coming home. I have been contacted law enforcement. I can secure myself in one room, lock the door, and cover that door with a firearm. Anybody breaks through that door, they're not going to walk out of there. You have control of that fatal funnel. Once you have control of it, you stay in that room as static. I've got all my children with me. I can defend them from this position because I've got cover. I know where I'm at. I know what's going on. I'm on the phone with law enforcement. If you have to go mobile, it's because you have another person, a child, or somebody who doesn't have the abilities to move. You need to get to them to get them secured. And that's mobile. That means I'm moving throughout the house, clearing rooms, looking for the bad guy as I'm moving towards my other family members or people I need to protect. So that's the only time you go mobile. When she left that room, if something had happened to her and he had been in the house, those children are vulnerable. There would be nobody in that room to protect them. So stay put. If you have to go mobile, only if you have to, because you have to go to another person's room and get them secured, that is the only time you go mobile. If somebody's in your house stealing your stuff, it's stuff. It's not worth getting yourself into a firefight with the unknown. If you can secure your family, the most precious thing you can secure in any residential invasion is your family. That's it. The rest of it is just stuff. I know we work hard for it, and I know we want to protect it. But we also have to remember our lives, our children's lives, our family members' lives are more important than anything. Stay on the phone, have your firearm ready, secure that doorway, let nobody through that door. If somebody comes up and knocks on the door and says police, you ask them to slide their ID card under that door so you can identify them. And you ask them questions off the ID card that only they would know. Don't let anybody in that room. And don't go running through the house. It's a dangerous thing to do. The father listened to the entire takedown on the phone. How gut-wrenching would that be? Now his wife is going through nightmares. She's having a difficult time dealing with this because everything's going through her mind of what could have happened. They're lucky. What we need to do is we need to start being vigilant in our neighborhoods, being vigilant in our homes, being vigilant with everything we do. We have to have more situational awareness because we don't know what's out there. We don't know who could be coming after us. Now, I'm not saying that every immigrant is a criminal because they're not. They're truly not. American citizens, we commit more crimes than anybody else does because we're citizens here. We got 330 million of us. But this individual made it all the way to Kaysville, Utah, wanted by ICE. He had already been fingerprinted, already been apprehended, let go. He was able to run throughout the country wherever he wanted to. And why was he carrying a shank? And he claims he grabbed a baseball bat for protection against law enforcement when he was the one breaking in. We got to keep our head on a swivel and stay safe out there. Have a great day, but be careful.